How important do you think, we've done a lot of training. How important is it to have training before adding new gear? And what's the difference you've seen between schools that maybe have done the training on their equipment and the ones that have not?
Yeah, the most obvious example is probably a school that doesn't have training on multicam productions. And another thing that we're seeing too is that there are just students who don't watch traditional sports broadcasts. And so it's difficult for them to understand how to switch multicam if they've never seen it. I've been fortunate to grow up watching sports on TV, and so I know that when the action is going on the field, we stay on the main camera. And then when the play is over, we then cut to a different camera to show the reaction. Well, we've had students before show up to our state event before our training was as great as it is now, and there's still room for improvement, but there would be students that middle of the play they'd cut to the floor camera, and I'm sitting there looking like, what in the world ever inspired you to do that? Well, I realized they don't know what they don't know, right? They thought it was acceptable. They thought, hey, this camera's closer, we should cut to this. And it's like, okay, we need to put up the guardrails, we need to give you the rules, not the rules of engagement, but we need to give you the rules of a broadcast and what you can and can't do. And I remember talking to Marcus Shear from Johnson County Central at one point, and his big thing is he likes to teach all of the rules of a broadcast and then tells students that there are a few times that you can creatively break these rules.
Hmm.
But only after you've mastered the actual rules can you then have the freedom to try and break a few. And there's very special circumstances for that.
Yeah, I think I've even seen students switch camera shots with the ball mid-air and thinking, and you just get trigger happy. And so without that training piece, a lot of this equipment, it doesn't make your broadcast look better. It actually makes it look worse if you don't have the proper training in place to do that. So I wanted to share a little bit before we move on to the next section too, just some of the questions we have here in the guide to ask yourself if you're at level 1. I've got 2 screens here, so I'm gonna look over to the other one here. So you're to identify which level you are currently at. And so these are really some great questions to ask. So if you're level 1, you have 1 camera and you can stream a game. You are level 1. Level 3, you've got 3 cameras, you got a director, you've got wireless, you've got student rotating roles and they train each other, you got crew communications. Maybe you're ready for level 4, which for us is adding instant replay. Your equipment's really organized. Maybe you've got a hoop camera, some of those fun things that a lot of people maybe skip to level 4 and skip 2 and 3 and go straight to that and add it all at once. So and if you can check all those, maybe you're ready for level 5. And so we understand gear is really important, but there's just a lot of things you need to consider. And one of the things that we have that can help you with that is our student certifications so that you can get that training. And maybe that's at the same time you get the gear, or maybe you've had it already and now you want to get some of that training. We can help. And it just takes reps. It takes reps and getting students hands-on practice. And that's why the workshop we did at Nixa last week, if you're watching this here in April, we did a workshop at Nixa last week, which was all hands-on for students. And we just need to get them more reps outside of when that game is live. Getting them those reps in class is really key.